So it has been brought to my attention that we have some Washington Commanders fans that are nervous slash scared about this game versus the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow. Well, your man Juan Gotti's here to calm your nerves, to tell you why the Washington Commanders will win this game from a fan standpoint and also from a realist standpoint. Let's get to it. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders live stream coming on here for about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes to talk about this today. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on over to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. Hey, Commanders fans, what's going on? When we start becoming nervous, scared, oh, I don't know if we gonna beat them. I don't know if we can do. When we start acting like that this year, I thought that went out the window after week 3 game versus Cincinnati. I thought that was when we were still on the fence, scared, nervous because we lost week 1 and we didn't look too good in week 2 versus the Giants. After that game we put on versus Cincinnati, I thought our mental capacity flipped. I thought we changed our thinking about this team. Why am I getting on Twitter? Why am I getting on Instagram? Why am I having personal conversations with my friends and Commanders fans? And we talking and we seem a little timid. This the same Philadelphia Eagles team that just went toe to toe with a piss poor Jacksonville Jaguars team. This is the same Eagles team that we should have beat twice. I know y'all don't like doing coulda, woulda, shouldas, and I really hate doing it because you can't change the past. I understand that. But you gotta sometimes put things in its proper perspective. Not taking nothing away from Philadelphia whatsoever. I don't want y'all to make it. I don't want y'all to take that from this conversation that we're having. But what I am telling you is they want to play the name and team game with us. They want to say, oh, who did Washington play? Oh, Washington ain't beat nobody over 500, right? Well, look at this last 5 games the Eagles have played where they quote unquote are on a 5-game winning streak and they quote unquote are back. That defense is on fire. They just played the hapless Dallas Cowboys, beat them 34-6. Okay. Jalen Hurts still in that game. 14 for 20, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley, 14 carries for 66 yards. Now, granted, I understand they did not play the whole fourth quarter, but still in that game, Jalen Hurts, not perfect by any means, right? They very well was still in that game early on, Dallas, but then Ezekiel Elliott fumbles. Okay, that's cool. Then you go to the game before that, Jacksonville should have lost that game if Trevor Lawrence was any sense of good. They would have lost that game. And then put into perspective this, right? Put into perspective this. They were up 20. That being the Philadelphia Eagles up 20 points, right? 20 points that game. Held Jacksonville scoreless through the first 2 quarters. They blew that lead, and they should have lost. But obviously Trevor Lawrence not good. This was probably Jalen Hurts' best performance throughout the year. 18 for 24, 230, and 2 touchdowns. Then before that, they played the Cincinnati Bengals. In my opinion, their probably best quality win of the season. The one I give them credit for the most. Even that game, they still was without T. Higgins, so they didn't get the Cincinnati Bengals that we got. They got Bengals without T. Higgins. Jalen Hurts, 16 for 22, 36, 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries for 108. Joe Burrow still had a nice day. 26 for 37, 234 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Okay? Then the game before that, they played the Giants. It's the Giants. Come on, man. It's the Giants. And Jalen Hurts in that game. 10 for 14, 114, and 1 touchdown. That's because Saquon Barkley had 17 carries for 176 to the touchdown, right? And then the game before that, they beat the Browns 20-16. So what I'm saying is, don't let them play this game, this who did they play game with us, because you can do the same thing for them. However, if we want to get to facts, okay, because a lot of people are going to say, well, you're just speaking from a fan standpoint. Let's talk about the facts. Washington averages 29 points per game. The Eagles average 25 points per game. I think this game tomorrow is going to be a shootout, because I do not think this defense of Washington is going to be able to lock down or slow down Saquon Barkley. So I do think this game is going to become a shootout. Let's talk about the facts. Washington is coming off of a heartbreaking loss. They're pissed off. They want to do nothing more but to beat the Philadelphia Eagles at this point, because they want to get that bad taste out of their mouth. They let one slip away. Let's talk about the facts. The Washington Commanders have the better quarterback at this point. Let's talk about the facts. Jalen Hurts does not lift his team to the next level. Jaden Daniels does. Let's talk about the facts. Washington has a pass rusher with 8.5 sacks. They're going to be down their best offensive interior guard, and Jordan Mailata more likely than not tomorrow. That could be trouble for them. Let's talk about the facts. Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the NFL, if not the best running back in the NFL at this point this season. He is their offense. He is the best player on their offense, and he's the best player on their team. If you make Jalen Hurts beat you, and you limit Saquon Barkley's explosion and his plays, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to struggle. Let's talk about the facts. The Philadelphia Eagles defense has been playing better as of late, with Zach Bond and Cooper DeJean coming around. But again, look at the quality of their opponents. This is the best opponent that the Philadelphia Eagles have played this season. I think the Baltimore Ravens was the best opponent that we faced this season. We've seen how this has played up until this point. The Eagles, not trying to discredit them. I'm really not. I'm only speaking like this because I'm pissed off and disappointed in some Washington Commanders fans for feeling the way that they feel. The Washington Commanders offense is better than the Philadelphia Eagles offense. The Philadelphia Eagles offense just has name and faces. Yes, we don't have a Saquon Barkley. We don't have a A.J. Brown. We don't have a Devonta Smith. Understand that. We have a Jaden Daniels and a Cliff Kingsbury and a Terry McLaurin. And that seems to be enough to get the job done through the first 11 weeks of the season. And if we didn't get the job done, we dang near should have in 2 games. That being the Ravens game, we were close, and damn sure that versus the Pittsburgh Steelers game was dang close. So what I'm telling you is the Washington Commanders are in a position to where they are coming into this game with house money. They're already the underdog, so people don't think that they're going to win this game. We play better on the road. Let's actually do the math. Let's actually look at the games on the road for the Washington Commanders and see the kind of offensive explosions that we've had. I think at home, we tend to lose our mind and forget how to play football. But on the road, correct me if I'm wrong, Washington tends to put up a lot of points. Let's go back to week 3. Let's go to week 3. First game, week 3. Second game, on the road, week 3. We put up 38 points. Then we come on the road for Arizona, put up 42 points. Then we go back on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, put up 23 points, had opportunities to put up way more. Then you go on the road and you put up 27 points versus the New York Giants. And then that was all of our road games right there. But if we talk about all of our games in general, you put up 42 points versus the Cardinals, you put up 38 points versus the Bengals, you put up 40 points on the Panthers. You put up 34 points on the Browns. You put up 27 points on the Giants. And you put up 27 points versus the Steelers. Again, the Steelers defense that was giving you dang near a lot of problems, especially through that pass rush in that front 7. And you still put up 27 points with opportunities to put up way more. This Washington Commanders offense has not been playing its best, and that has been playing up to its potential that is set for the season early on. But we're still putting up points, and we're still having these opportunities. We ourselves are just missing them. It's not that a team is stopping us. It's not that, the tape is out on Jaden Daniels. It's none of that at all. It's not that. It's literally us. Pittsburgh, who stopped us? We did. Luke McCaffrey, wide open. Jaden Daniels misses it. Luke McCaffrey, great play by Jaden Daniels, rolling out to his right, throwing it to Luke McCaffrey on the run. What happened? Penalty flag on Tyler Biadasz. Noah Brown dropped. Jaden Daniels missed pass. De'Ami Brown dropped. Come on. Olamide Zaccheaus dropped. We're killing ourselves. Nothing I just said out of my mouth is what Pittsburgh did to us to make us lose that game. We lost that game. Chicago, same thing. Yes, on paper, we only put up 12 points. Really, 18 with the helmet. On paper, we really put up 12 points. We lived in the opponent's off side of the field. We lived in the red zone in that game. What happened? We continued to mess up during that game. We did things in that game that was frustrating. Let's not act like we didn't watch these games, Washington Commanders fans. I get it. Eagles are good. Division rival. Not taking nothing away from them. But look at the games that we've played and look how we performed. Even in the games we didn't perform our best, it wasn't because of the opponent. It's because of us literally taking a deuce and saying, you know what? Man, I want to end my foot. Shot. Literally just shooting ourselves in the foot every single time. That's why I'm so confident. That's why I'm not nervous. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I feel like we're gonna win this game. And I'm on the verge of potentially saying we're gonna blow them out, but I'm staying humble. But I see it. We've been here before. This is the same feeling I had against after the loss to the Ravens. This is the same feeling that I had after we beat the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals game was the last time that I was nervous about a game. Ever since then, I haven't been nervous. I've been more confident than ever. That Pittsburgh game, I knew we were going to win that game. Should have won that game. Couldn't account for all the mistakes that we made, right? That Bears game, again, couldn't account for all the mistakes that we made. I will say this. We've been getting away with a lot of stuff, right? Versus worse opponents, Bears, Giants. You can argue we didn't play our best in that game. Right? It just so happened that it finally caught up to us, man, and we finally suffered a loss to it. But now we're gonna bounce back, right? Yes, Marshawn Lattimore is gonna be missed. We need him. I'm not taking that from you. Obviously, we need Marshawn Lattimore. We need him like we need air as humans, obviously, but we can't have him tomorrow, right? So obviously, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, they're going to have their day. I understand that more likely than not. That's the more likelihood of it is them having their way with us tomorrow. But they're not going to outscore us. Jaden Daniels, knock on wood. Let's talk about facts. Only 2 interceptions on the year. Take cares of the ball in a game where the Pittsburgh Steelers was the best defense that we faced all season long. Jaden Daniels did not put the ball in harm's way, not once. Hopefully that continues tomorrow where he doesn't put the ball in harm's way of the Philadelphia Eagles defense. He takes cares of the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles, on the other hand, Jalen Hurts. Let's go ahead and look at Jalen Hurts' stats. I believe Jalen Hurts, I want to say, has a couple interceptions under his belt. And let's actually look at the stats though, okay? Because they want to say he has what 19 touchdowns or something like that this year thus far. Oh, he has what 12 touchdowns. Actually, he has 12 touchdowns and 5 picks. So he has 5 interceptions this season thus far, and our guy has 2. Right? Jalen Hurts is prone to turning the ball over. He is a turnover machine, especially when the pass rush is there and he feels flustered. 2 picks. Let's see. When's the last time he had a 2-pick game? I'm gonna say the interception versus the Cowboys. Then he had an interception versus the Bucs. So I will say this: the last couple of weeks versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, he took care of the ball very well. Versus the Bengals, he took care of the ball very well. And versus the Giants, he took care of the ball very well. But those games are games where Saquon Barkley pretty much took over the offense, so he took a back seat. That's not taking nothing away from Jalen Hurts. That's not taking nothing away from the Philadelphia Eagles. Not saying they're wrong for doing that. They run their offense through Saquon Barkley. That's what it should be for them because they do not have a quarterback that's able to elevate the team around him. Jalen Hurts is cool. He's good. He's just not Jaden Daniels. Saquon Barkley is that offense. You keep Saquon Barkley in the box, which is probably not likely. He's going to have an 80, 100-yard rushing game. But you limit the explosion of Saquon Barkley and put it all on Jalen Hurts' shoulders, and you watch how the cookie crumbles. We've been in this spot too many times before. Not trying to compare teams in the past, but we was in a very similar spot just a few years ago. Remember, we had a heartbreaking loss versus the Minnesota Vikings just at home a couple seasons ago with Taylor Heineke, where again we feel like we should have won. Then we came back and what? We went to the link on Monday Night Football and beat that undefeated Eagles team. Similar spot here. We lost a game that we felt we should have won, and we have a hot Philadelphia Eagles team at home on prime time. This game is setting up for Washington to win, man. I see it. I feel it. I never felt more confident. It's the most confident I done felt about a game all season long. And let's not argue, but let's talk about the facts. This team is much more talented than any team we've had in the past, and look how we always play against the Eagles. Last season, twice we had those boys on the ropes twice. Should have won twice with Sam Howell at them. This team is not much different. It'd be different if they had a whole overhaul as the Washington Commanders, but they didn't have a whole overhaul like we did. This is the same team, just with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator and not Shane Steichen. If you ask me, they downgraded that offensive coordinator. Saquon Barkley is their team, and he's going to go off tomorrow. That is no question. It's Saquon Barkley. You already took that into account for what they have. AJ Brown, Devonta Smith might go off tomorrow because Benjamin St. Juice is out there. Cool. What I'm telling you, and the reason why I'm so confident in this team is not the ability to get defensive stops. That may come. I think we're going to get a turnover or two tomorrow. That may come. But what I'm confident in is in Jaden Daniels. As long as he's out there, LD, is Jaden Daniels in his offense. They're not going to outscore us. Hence to why the score prediction for me tomorrow is 37-30. Something around that ballpark. I never said Washington is going to shut out Philly's offense. I never said Washington is going to stop Saquon Barkley. Never said Washington is going to stop AJ Brown or Devonta Smith. Never said that. They can still have their day, but this offense can respond. We're no longer a team. Remember, the Washington Commanders in years past, especially with Taylor Heinicke, the only way we were able to beat the Eagles a couple years ago was because we kept Jalen Hurts on the sideline, and we had to take up majority of the clock to beat them, and we won that game. What I remember, Casey Toohill got a late game-winning touchdown, but it was really like 20-something to I don't remember the score, but I just know it wasn't a lot. Now, Washington doesn't have to do that. We had the firepower, well, really because of the quarterback. We have the firepower to go in there and go score for score or outscore them. Similar to what we did versus the Bengals. This is what I feel like this is the Bengals 2.0. We're going to outscore the Washington Commanders. And Jalen Hurts is going to eventually have to put the game on his shoulders, and that's when he's going to crumble. Let's speak facts. Everyone but the DBs. But, well, let me just say, I'm not trying to keep saying him out. Everyone but Benjamin St. Juice is playing good on this defense. Let's not act as if this defense is not trending in the upward state. This pass rush is better. Dante Fowler, 8.5 sacks. Johnny Newton only getting better. Deron Payne looking like his old self. Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, ballers. Jeremy Chin coming off the game of the year for him. Coming off a game where I feel like he got paid. That game alone has gotten him a contract extension. Quan Martin coming around, forcing turnovers. That's the thing about it. Joe Witt says he wants to see turnovers. Washington is starting to force turnovers. It doesn't matter if they drive down the field on us all the way. Cool. So what? But we're not giving up. The Steelers got all the way to the 1-yard line in Sunday's game and forced Jalen Warren into a turnover. Not giving up. I'm not taking away that Saquon Barkley is going to drive down the field on us, or the Eagles' offense is going to drive down the field on us. Doesn't matter. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. But Washington's defense has been able to come up with key stops and key plays in the moment. What do we have? 2 turnovers yesterday. We had Sunday. We had a fumble recovery by I forgot who was it. I forgot who recovered. Was it Jeremy Chin? I think Jeremy Chin recovered it. Quan Martin forced it, and then it was Jeremy Chin with a pick. Then let's go to the game before that. Right? Go to the Giants game. Did we have a turnover in that game? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. I don't think we did defensively. Let me see. Well, the Giants had 1 fumble loss in that game versus the New York Giants. Yeah, they had a fumble. So that's another turnover. Then you go to the game before that. Let's go to the Bears game. Team stats. Let's go to it just so I can refresh my memory. Washington had 3 sacks on that day. Let's see. So defense didn't necessarily cause any turnovers right there in that game. Then Dante Fowler, I remember he got a pick 6 and we killed the Panthers. So essentially what I'm trying to say is the defense is coming alive. So although I get the nervousness, and I get that we feel as though the Eagles are a really good team, and we don't want to overlook them. I'm not overlooking them. I'm just confident as ever because this is what this team has instilled in me. And I don't know. I don't get the nervousness and scared feeling from the Eagles that a lot of other Washington Commanders fans are getting at this moment. That's just me though. How y'all feeling out there? What's up, Alante? What's up, Jalen's dad? What's up, Brian Hart? I haven't seen Brian Harden's name in a minute. What's up, Brian Harden? How you doing? 19 love, yes sir. 12 likes, yes sir. Make sure you like. I jumped on for a little bit just to kind of simmer the feeling for Washington Commanders fans that may be nervous or scared about the Eagles game. Like this is the most confident I've been all season. Like if we would have beat Pittsburgh, I still feel confident. I still pick us to win, but I could understand why the nervousness is there. Bro, we bounce back like no other. We bounce back like the best to see. I mean, like the best out there. You think Dan Quinn gonna allow this to spoil into this game? You think Sam Cosmi pulling them to the front and having a meeting with them right after that game? You think Bobby Wagner's gonna allow this to happen? Come on, bro. We about to go into Philly, take over their trap, and win. And there's not a game on the schedule that I think Washington can lose. Philly is the hardest game remaining on this schedule. We get through them, ain't nobody beating us. Good to see you too, Brian Hart. What do we have to be nervous about? This team is the best in the history of Washington. 31-24 Commanders. Too many damn penalties, holding illegal man down, Phil Penn killed us in the red zone. Exactly. Anytime we've lost this season outside of the Buccaneers game, and you can even argue and say the Buccaneers game, because I think we had a key penalty on a potential scoring drive in that game too. We're killing ourselves. It's nothing no other team is doing to us. Nothing. You feel me? Thank you so much for the $4.99, my guy. He says I want the guy telling me Forbes was making the Pro Bowl at the beginning of the year back. He talking about Jalen's dad, man. Dad. Jalen's dad. Jalen's dad, man. He said he wants you banned, bro, because he said that you said Emmanuel Forbes is about to make the Pro Bowl at the beginning of the year. Thank you for the $4.99, Dane's Dash. Appreciate you. You have Jalen's dad right here. He said Forbes is making the Pro Bowl. Tell him one. We got the Commanders. We got this. Go Commanders. Left hand up. Yes, sir. You already know, bruh. I'm more confident than ever. Yeah, I do remember that. Jalen's dad is my guy. He one of my moms. I do remember him saying that. That was an iffy take right there, but you know, I mean, hey, look, I can't say too much. I said Dwayne Haskins was going to win MVP back in 2019. In my defense, I really was saying, 2020, 2019, 2021. I really was saying it because I was so tired of Giants fans trolling. This is when I first got on the airways, and Giants fans was trolling me, saying this and that, and Daniel Jones is this much better, you know. Thanks for donating, bro. Forbes will make big play tomorrow. I said it. Hey, you think Forbes getting in tomorrow? Hey, at this point, we might as well put him in. He can't be no worse than St. Juice at this point. Bro, watch out, bro. What's up, Gerald P? What's good, bro? How you? But yeah, though, y'all, I'm getting up out of here, man. I just want to come in 20, 20, 25 minutes, man. Let y'all know, man. All that nervousness and scaredness, bro, let that go, bro. Sleep good tonight. Wake up to ready to wake up to ready to beat the Philadelphia Eagles and take sole possession in first place. Like, comment, subscribe, Hills to watch. Think about it. See y'all later. Peace.